Yeah, that's a good point. I need to bring up Roll20 myself. I got so many tabs open. Launch. Loading up. Okay, invitation. Excuse me. It's in the Discord.
Yay!
Oh, you guys can't. Okay, whew, you can't see that. I went onto
Whoa,
the
what's
last
that?
screen that I was working on. It would have spoiled a little bit.
Wait, that's Darth Vader. Yeah, Chelsea, I'm gonna leave this here beside us because this tells you what the opposite skill is if you want to resist something, or like if you want to do charm, and then it says what they resist it, and then the usage, and then also just one page over is the what you can use for your triumphs and advantages, like you can spin them. So just like that.
What
And
did
then,
I
want to see.
You need to disable your mic in Roll20, Jen.
oh, how do I do that?
The little cog symbol, and then there's a category for audio and video. Drop that down, and then choose that to none.
Is my thing on?
Wait, little cog symbol.
It doesn't look like it. The cog symbol, very top right. You know the panel on the right side? At the very top right, there should be a little cog symbol.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Audio,
Is my
video.
voice coming through there too, or am I safe?
You're good. You're good. I'm not hearing anything your end.
Okay, how's that?
Yeah, that sounds better.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
not hearing Teddy's voice very clearly though.
You know.
My apologies about that.
Oh yeah, that was fine. Yeah.
You can't really change his voice, unfortunately. We've learned to deal with that.
As much as I wished I could.
You could at least change the accent.
He can do those. That's fine. Bring out
No,
the
but
Italian again.
I was just worried because sometimes my Discord cuts out. I didn't know if it was my fault. Yeah.
You've cut out for me.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, you said sometimes, and then it stopped.
Just our ones then.
Yeah.
The scrubs.
Yeah. So where are we? Okay. So start off with, which we did not do, and we are now going to do, is Destiny.
True.
So
we didn't do the Destiny pool.
What's
so
that?
everybody, I would like you to go to the Roll Here channel.
Yeah.
And do !roll space F. Just one F. This is going to determine the Destiny pool. Not looking too good so far.
What does that mean?
Right, mute yourself for a second. I'll explain it.
F in chat, indeed, Teddy. Okay.
I'm not good.
So the Destiny pool. There are 2 dark and 2 light points.
Okay. That's
spend.
balanced.
So anyone can use, any of you guys can use those 2. They're not Teddy's. It belongs to the group. If you would like to use a light point, I assume you updated Chelsea as to how to use them?
Slightly.
Yeah. You can just use it to upgrade your dice or lower the difficulty, essentially. Just makes things a bit easier for yourself.
Oh.
And I have 2 points I can use to increase the difficulty.
So I just wanted to double check. It adds a boost dice, right?
No.
Does it remove? What does it? How do, like if I spend 1 light point to upgrade my roll, how does that work?
I will read this little thing here. All
Okay.
players and GMs can tap into Destiny by using Destiny points in their pool. There are several distinct ways the players and GMs can spend Destiny. You can only spend light, I can only spend dark. All characters have the opportunity to call on Destiny to enhance any skill check they're about to attempt. A player may spend 1 Destiny point to upgrade his starting dice pool by 1 step. This refers to upgrading an ability dice, a green dice, into a superior proficiency dice, into a yellow dice.
Okay. Cool.
Or I can do the same where I can spend it to make things more difficult for you.
We can't spend it to make the enemy's roll more difficult.
Yes, that's exactly the other way you can spend it. You can
Oh.
make yourself hard to hit, or like, so say if you're trying to, I don't know, you're gambling with someone, you can spend a light point to make their roll harder.
It's just
Completely up to
because
you.
I got the armor spikes, and I've been trying to figure out how to make them get 3 strats so that they'll get wounded.
Yeah, not too many people run in and use melee in Star Wars unless you're a Wookiee.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's more of a defensive thing.
I would say more creatures than sentient beings.
Mm.
Oh.
Okay. That has been determined. Let's use my new music bot. Please work. Okay, awesome. Okay, we're actually going to continue where we left off. We're not quite at the wheel yet because we didn't finish last session how I wanted it to finish. And it's quite important. So we're just going to do that first before we get to the wheel.
Right.
So,
Where there's a will, there's a way.
unfortunately, my British accent really does not help with the distinction between those two words. And
How
I'm
do
going
you pronounce eel?
eel.
So
So
how would
you're
you say an ill eel?
an ill. I can play the same game with
That's
bear
racist.
and beer with you guys. So where are we at? So we're hopefully everyone can see that.
Yep.
Okay, so everyone is currently still by the holo terminal. Yeah, you've just finished listening to the message that came from O1, explaining that there have been a change of plans and to meet him at the wheel. Just a quick refresher as to what the wheel is. The wheel is an enormous space station in the mid-rim. Its location, being closer to the outer rim, means it's sort of ignored by the Empire. The lack of Imperial custom agents and traditional support controls draws visitors from across the galaxy. So it's just sort of the safe haven where anything can happen.
Right.
So you've just come back out of the out of the cave system. Hett is feeling much better. It's been a good few hours, even though he did become unconscious last session, and not having the best of days. He's a bit more chirpy now. So you
Are
can
we all
have
healed?
so you can have all of your wounds back just for the sake of starting the session.
Cool. Thank
Sorry.
And strains?
Yeah, all of that. So Hett's feeling better from resting. You guys are feeling better because you managed to get out the cave system.
Sweet.
Okay. So is there anything you guys would like to do before you actually take off?
Oh. I don't mind doing stuff like while the ship is flying. So.
Yeah. How long is it going to take us to get to the wheel?
Oh, that is very good.
Let's go.
Very good question. Let me bring up the other map. Okay, so the distance, so that's the wheel. I want the other one. There we go, that's the one I want. You can all see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the distance is just shy of being about the same from here, from where you're currently located, to Tatooine. And the main reason is because the safest way to get to the wheel is by traveling up, like continuing the Corellian Run path, the backbone highway, all the way to Coruscant, before then taking the Corellian trade route. That's about 2 days, give or take, 2.5 days to get to the wheel.
Right. And that's around where the Sa-Nalaor went missing, right?
Who went missing?
The ship, Sa-Nalaor?
Oh, you don't know.
Oh, okay.
All we know is that it took the route of the Corellian trade route.
Right, okay.
And once
Gotcha.
it got to the outer rim, which is a bit, once it got out here, why'd that not? I'm in the wrong one. Once it got out here, past into the outer rim, that's when it did its final hyper jump and disappeared into wild space.
Okay.
Alrighty. So you're just gonna take straight off then?
Did we need to do anything before
No,
that?
no.
Yeah.
Complete
I
option.
think we did everything we wanted to in the last session. I've put the lightsaber, the broken hilt, for now, just in my quarters.
Yeah.
But that's about it, I think. Just making sure that we're all feeling a little bit better now.
Yeah.
After the fight.
Alrighty. So I assume Hett is flying, yes?
Yeah, I'm just gonna kneel down though and look at Hett. Hey, how you feeling now? Oh, I don't talk. I'm feeling all right. Okay, well, take us to the wheel then. Kiera can help you if you need anything. Okay, Kiera, come and sit by me, and he's gonna head up to the cockpit.
Oh, are you sure I can help? Thank you so much.
No problem.
Damn, he really hit his head, didn't he? Alrighty. And where do you go, then?
I am just gonna go lean against the back of the chairs and watch the both of them. Like lean on the back of the chairs as we take off.
Okay, awesome. So Hett gets into a seat, and he has to adjust it quite considerably because Kiera was the last person to fly the ship, and she adjusted the seat so she could fit on it. But he's now aligned back up with the control. Without too much difficulty. Remember, this is on sort of the side of a hill with the ocean winds and currents stuff bashing into the island, so it is quite difficult terrain, but Hett's able to manage to pilot the ship off of Skazmir's island and break through to the planet's atmosphere into space. You find yourself back into the hyperlane, and you prepare yourself for light speed. Hett, give me an easy astrogation check, please.
Okay.
Even easy on this is not easy.
Easy astrogation check.
It's all plotted, so that's why it's an easy. All you gotta do is type it into the GPS and it'll take you there.
Oh!
So
See, I told you.
Hett's actually hurt himself a little bit too much the previous day, and he's still got a little bit of a migraine that he's forgotten how to use the Navi computer. He starts bashing it, and nothing seems to be working.
Can I support?
Absolutely, give me a roll.
It's piloting or
Astrogation.
astrogation. Where's that? Oh, it's at the top. Okay. With easy, so there's one negative dice.
Yes.
I think it was D. Yeah.
There we go. That's what we like to see.
Oh, nice.
You're okay,
Two
Hett.
successes.
You just need a bit more rest. I will take over.
And he's going to stand up and kind of try to swap places with you so you can actually take over piloting the ship.
Yeah. And I put Fulu on the dashboard. Fulu, be my lookout. I'll be happy to.
Don't touch the chair though.
So you don't want me to sit in the chair?
You can sit there, but just don't mess with the adjustment.
But then it will be too small for my legs. It will be very difficult.
Just deal with it.
Oh, that's not very nice, Hett. I'm going to. I will be very angry. So when I next cook dinner, you get a smaller portion.
Vin's just sitting, leaning against the chairs, and he's just shaking his head. And he's gonna take off his helmet and put it on the seat in front of him.
I adjust the seat for me.
Yeah, it's gonna stand up on the chair, and he's gonna lean over it and adjust the chair back up again, trying to push it up.
I will. Vin, do you want him to crash the ship or not? Take him out of here. And I adjust the chair back.
Look, I ain't getting involved in this.
I will purposely turn this ship around.
Hett and Vin are gonna look at each other and do that kind of face.
They can't see your face.
Yeah, but Hett's gonna turn, look at Vin, turn back to Kiera. And push the adjuster back down so you can go back down again.
The right sitting. That's not down.
Yeah, so the seat is Kiera able to fit into the seat now? Is that what Hett did?
Yeah, I can have the seat correct, right?
Okay, right. So you are comfortably on the chair now. Is Hett sat down or is he still standing up?
Yeah, he's just gonna plop down in the seat and fold his arms a little bit, cross with Kiera.
Kiera's seat.
No, the one beside. Or Kiera's original seat, yeah.
And is he gonna adjust it to his size?
Nah.
He's gonna look so funny.
So he's like super low and he's just sitting
No,
there.
he'll be high up.
Oh, well, yeah, whatever.
Okay. So, Kiera, as if you're a seasoned pilot, you click a few buttons, you plot the course, and boom, you press the button, the engine tunes in with the hyperdrive, and it sends you flying to your destination. Except, it doesn't. Okay, so I wasn't expecting you all to be in the same room, so this is interesting. So, Hett and Vin, this is what you see first. Kiera, you don't. So, everything appears to be working as normal as you go into the jump, but about 3 seconds later, red lights begin to start flashing, and the words "warning, interference detected" starts appearing on the control panel.
I don't see this.
No.
Oh.
I'll get to you in a second.
So I clearly see that, like, the lights going off beside me?
Yes.
Alright, I'm just gonna start looking around. What's going on? And Hett's gonna turn around and see the lights as well, and he's gonna. What the heck?
Why is it not? Hang on, sorry, I don't know why it's not working. Come on.
Disperse.
Oh.
Damn. Let's try that again. There we go.
This is what happens when you let a woman drive.
Whew.
He's gonna jump off the chair and start waddling down to the engine room.
Okay, so As you were talking and you were seeing the interface detected messages flashing, nothing seems to actually be wrong. You have, looking at the controls, it seems you've got full control of the ship. However, the Navi computer, which you were all previously looking at before, is now glitching. And it's in a way that you've never seen before. It's almost as if it's being like EMP'd, like it's pulsing through. It's constantly glitching it on and off. But none of the other electronics in the ship seem to be affected at all in any way. As the Navi computer is quite important for the hyperjump, the ship is actually starting to violently jolt from side to side. It's now unsure where it's supposed to be going. And it's actually flinging you guys from left to right. So...
oh, jeez! Can I...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, where's Hett? Is he...
Yes, you're on the seat. So did he have his seatbelt on, like a good boy?
No.
Oh... Yeah, so to start with, both of you go flying to the right.
Oh, crap. What?
I'm just still not sure how gravity works on spaceships. I thought that it wouldn't throw you.
Strange, eh?
Okay.
I'm scared. I'm in danger.
And so then, as you're thrown to the side, just quickly interject, something starts feeling weird. Where are you keeping the crystal?
Crystal's on me.
Yeah. Is it in your pocket, is it?
Yeah.
There's this low vibration that starts to tremor inside of your pocket.
I'm gonna help myself up and kind of lean against the wall. I think I'm gonna pull the crystal out of my wherever I had it in my cloak or whatever. It's interfering with the with the hyperdrive.
Both you fling to the left. Kiera sitting perfectly still, not being moved by these shakes at all.
Disengage the hyperdrive, Kiera. Disengage the hyperdrive.
He can't hear you. The crystal that is now in your hand has become even more intense with its vibration, and it's now actually trying to break free from your hand. Give me a hard cool check.
Let's go.
As you're trying to grasp it, it's now starting to get hot as well. Not like unbearably hot like a hot potato, but the temperature is starting to change.
How many? 3?
3, yes.
Oh, no, that was a mistake. No. Sorry. It was supposed to be greens. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, so as you pull the crystal out and you called out to Kiera to turn off the hyperdrive, the crystal flies from your hand over to the right side of the ship, and both of you follow suit. The ship swings over to the right, and you're thrown to the right side of the wall.
Oof.
Okay. Yeah. Is there anything you would like to do before we go over to Kiera?
Can I go to pick it up again?
Yeah, absolutely. You're
Alright,
going down to bend down and pick up the crystal?
Well, I'm already on the ground because I've just smashed again, so I'm just gonna just reach out and grab it and then just hold it. I don't really know what to do. I'm just gonna hold it.
So the moment you try to go grab the crystal, it flings off to the left again, and you go flying to the other side of the room.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Right.
So we're just gonna rewind a little bit so that Kiera knows what's happening with her.
Crystals on the ship go foo 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 foo.
So she isn't seeing any of this?
No. From where you are, she is sitting completely stiff, not being affected at all. Completely unresponsive. Okay, so you press the button, Kiera, to activate the hyperdrive.
Yeah.
And you go flying in, and as soon as you press that button, you start getting lightheaded. Your vision starts to become very blurry, and any words you try to say just evaporate out of your mouth. As soon as the engines engage, a flash of blinding light. Yeah. A flash of blinding light. Completely consumes you, but you're unable to actually close your eyes. You're just absorbing this light. What feels like eternity, you begin to notice the light is actually moving.
Oh.
Moving past you. As I forgot where it was. As it's moving past, you can feel it brushing up against your skin. As you look down, your body's not there. You just seem to be floating in the middle of this empty space. As you look back up, you then see the darkness leaking in, and you see what you can see in the on the roll 20. The light that touched your skin now brings a coldness that you've never felt before. If you had a body, you have the feeling of shiver as soon as it hits you. But as soon as that shiver feeling happens, you then start to feel a warmth from within inside you. This bright, cozy feeling that gives you this energy and power. And when it does, anytime you look to the right, you can feel yourself just shift over. You look over to the left, vroom, you can feel just whatever you are, just flying, completely free. This overwhelming sense of freedom just completely develops you as you just soar through the darkness. As each second passes, though, the warmth inside begins to have a pulse, and that pulse feeling starts to get more and more intense to the point where it's too much for you to actually bear. I would like you to give me a daunting resilience check, please.
Okay, let me find them. Resilience. And how do you do daunting? Is it 3 bad ones?
4 purple.
What? I died. No. Just a second. I forgot to type roll.
It's like somehow succeed. Yeah. So it completely overcomes you. Your vision goes back to being white, and then to complete darkness. When you open your eyes, you find yourself on the floor and incredibly dehydrated. Give yourself, add 2 strain. So, for you, Het, and Vin, as you see Kiera just suddenly flop to the ground, the ship breaks free of hyperspace. Fortunately, not colliding with anything, but the ship is now completely still. The flashing lights have gone off, the warnings have gone off. It's now back to normal.
Where have we come out?
You're just still on the hyperlane. You haven't really traveled that far.
Fulu, where are you?
Alright, I'm gonna get up. Have I still got the stone on me?
You don't have it because you tried to grasp it and it flung off. So it is in front of you, however.
It stopped moving.
It has stopped moving, yes.
I'm just gonna cautiously go and try and pick it up.
Yeah, you pick it up, no problem. There's no heat to it, there's no vibration to it. Looking at it, it's just a normal stone that you picked up.
Water.
I'm gonna stand up and help Hett up, who was beside me. Hett, you alright? Just to hit my head a bit. And then I'm gonna touch him on the shoulder and move and see Kiera on the ground. I'm gonna run over to Kiera. Kiera! And I'm gonna start like helping her up and trying to slap her face a bit.
Don't hit me.
Oh, I'm gonna pull out my canteen and give her some water.
And I drink lots of it.
You're
Kiera,
no
you
longer
alright?
dehydrated.
Oh yeah, do I regain the strain? I think so. Is Fulu okay? And I'm okay. Are you okay? Can you bring him to me?
Sure. Yeah. I'm gonna stand up and grab Fulu off. He was up on like
Yeah.
by the thing. Yeah. I'm gonna grab him and gently hand him down to Kiera.
Yes,
Can I touch him to me?
just quickly, but whether you knew it or not, as soon as the ship started swaying, Fulu activated a magnet on the bottom of the box, and it clung
Yay!
to the dashboard, which is why he was not affected.
Awesome.
Okay. Cool. Big
Fulu's
brain.
so smart.
Yeah. Big brain plan.
Here, are you okay? Now that I have you, I'm okay, Fulu. But what was going on just then? Everything went dark and light and hot and cold. I don't know how to explain it.
I'm gonna lean down in front of her and pull out the crystal and hold it up. This crystal's a little bit. Well, something's wrong with it. It was flinging us around, flinging the ship around.
I felt it too. I was going left and right and dark and light.
Wait. You weren't moving though. You were sitting in the chair.
No, I was definitely moving, but I wasn't flung by the ship. I was moving by myself. I don't see what the rock could have to do with it. Maybe it's your eyes.
Maybe it is. I'm just gonna put the crystal away. Look, anyway, let's Hett, give me a hand. Let's help Kiera to lie down for a bit.
But where are we? Did we make it?
No, we've come out of the hyperlane. We'll I'm gonna head down to the engine and make sure everything's all right. And I'm gonna help Kiera up, and Hett's gonna come over and help as well, and we're gonna help her to her room.
Okie. Which one was her room? It was the bottom one here, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Underneath.
Then we're
Yeah,
gonna put her down on the bed. You sure you're alright?
Yeah, I think so. Are you alright? You were on the ground too.
I'm gonna kind of stretch, click my back. I think I'm gonna be alright.
Maybe we should sleep in our rooms from the future, not in the cockpit of the ship.
Yeah.
Just quickly, as you were curious as to where you were, looking at the Navi computer, you can see from your original location, you are now there.
Almost no difference.
Yeah, almost
Oh.
like a 1 minute walk away.
Did it feel like it was a long time, or did it just feel like normal?
So
normal time?
for you and for Hett and Vin, it was probably about 6 to 8 seconds tops.
For me, it was
Kiera though,
forever.
oh yeah, that original light felt like eternity.
Oh, who's gonna talk?
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
Yeah.
Fulu, did you see anything? Well, you didn't move, but everyone else was flying everywhere. But I definitely moved. I felt it. I saw the lights. Did you see the lights? Well, I saw flashing red lights. Well, I didn't see that.
You didn't see the lights?
I saw white light, not red lights.
I'm gonna take out the crystal again and kind of hold it up. You know,
Yep.
this was on a Jedi.
Is there something special about it then?
That's what I'm thinking.
Why did somebody want it?
Wow. If it was throwing us around like it was, I mean, it's got to be able to do something.
It threw you around?
That's what I think. I mean, it was moving off to the left, and then we were flying to the left, and then moved off to the right, and we flew to the right.
It wasn't the ship throwing you?
I don't know.
Hmm. That's very strange. I'm sure I moved, but I didn't see you guys floating around everywhere. And how long did it go for? Hours? Days?
What? What do you mean?
How far have we traveled? We must be almost there, right?
Kiera, it was only about 10 seconds.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. How could it go from cold to hot and light to dark? It must have been days passing.
No, we've barely left Corellia.
I should be hungry, but I'm not hungry. But does that mean that the rest of the trip is going to be like 10 times longer than that? I'm gonna need a new hobby.
Yeah, anyway, how about you rest for a bit, yeah?
Yeah, maybe I should. Fulu, play lullabies. Okay.
Alright, Hett, let's let her rest. And Hett's gonna kind of lean in a little bit closer, and I'm sorry for being mean about the chair.
Thank you, Fulu. I only wanted to help.
You're a good pilot.
Thank you.
He's gonna turn and waddle away. And I am gonna follow Hett back up to the cockpit.
Okay, you're back in the cockpit.
Alright, so when we're back, I'm just gonna lean down, kind of examine to see if anything's broken from us thrashing around in there. How's it looking now?
Yeah, it's not actually too bad. There's a few dents against the wall. Surprisingly, not where Hett hit the wall, but where you hit the wall, Mr. Tin Man. You have scratched a bit of your paint off of your armor. No damage to any of your cloth stuff, though, fortunately. But there doesn't seem to be any actual real damage. It's all superficial.
Well, everything seems to be alright. What do you think we should do, Hett? And Hett's gonna look around. Think I should go check on the hyperdrive. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I'll keep the ship steady. And then Hett's gonna head down to the engine room to go check on the hyperdrive.
Okay, give me a piloting roll to make sure that you don't crash the ship.
Yeah, sure.
I'm joking. You don't need to do that.
What can you even hit in space there?
Well, if he fails very badly, something will appear for him to hit.
Yeah. Oh, Sa-Nalaor! It's right there!
Okay, yeah, making your way down to the engine room. Walking in, everything looks perfectly fine, except from your faithful droid is bang up against the wall, unresponsive. Not smoking, just unresponsive.
Hett's gonna look at the droid, see it's just lying there. He's gonna completely ignore it and just walk up to the hyperdrive. Now, how's the hyperdrive looking?
Yeah. So looking into it, absolutely nothing wrong. It looks, because the accelerator that you replaced, the hyperdrive, over here, is perfectly fine. It looks brand new. Yeah, no scratches, no burn marks, nothing. Wiring's perfect condition. Nothing to really indicate any interference as the computer suggested.
What the? And he's gonna just walk up and just give it a big kick. Throw his arms up in the air and storm back up to cockpit.
Okay. Luckily, Hett is a small little thing and does no real damage to the hyperdrive. Okay.
Once he's back in the room, coming back into the cockpit, Vin's gonna turn around. Yeah, so, everything alright? Nothing wrong with the hyperdrive. Well, nothing's wrong with the hyperdrive, then it must have been the crystal. Maybe it's magic. Magic? Well, don't know about that, but I mean, could kind of vibrate at some frequency that interferes with the engine, something. What do you think? You ever come across anything like this, Hett? Oh god. No. And Vin's gonna kind of slump down in the chair in front of the ship controls. Well, do you think we should give it another try? That's up to you. Well, alright. Just give me a minute. Actually, I'm gonna take out the crystal, stand up and jog quickly down to my room and shove the crystal inside my pillowcase.
Alright, okay. Okay, the crystal is secured in the pillow.
Alright,
Let's get moving.
yeah, and then I'm gonna like grab the pillow, shove the pillow under my bed, lift up my bed and hold the pillow down, pushing down on the crystal with the leg of the bed.
Right, okay. So it's properly secured is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Then I'm gonna close the door, lock the door into my room and head up into the cockpit.
Is the rat still in your room?
No, the rat's, well, he would have been actually in my cloak, I suppose, but let's just say he was in the room.
Is he still in the room?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I guess if he's in, no, I'm gonna grab him now. Actually, I'll pick him up off the bed or whatever. All right, come here, and shove him in my cloak, and then head back into the cockpit. Yep, I am sure.
I'm just making everyone just doubt themselves.
Yeah, you bastard. Anyway, when I get back into the cockpit, I'm gonna lean over to Hett, and I'm gonna pick up my helmet if it was in the seat or wherever it landed, and I'm gonna actually put it back on now, and I'm gonna sit beside Hett, just the seat, strap myself in. Hett's gonna turn to Vin, nod, strap himself in, and Vin's gonna lean forward a bit. All right, let's try it again.
Stop here.
Okay.
And Hett's gonna push the throttle forward, or the hyperdrive knob forward to go in a hyperspace.
Yeah, so the information still is stored within the Navi computer, so you don't have to do another investigation check. Yeah, like you just said, it's just hit with the thruster and zoom, shoot into hyperspace onto light speed. Kiera, what, are you resting at the moment? What did you do in your room?
Yeah, I'm sleeping.
Okay. So you're sleeping, just resting there.
No, I don't
Keeping
want to
to
sleep
yourself.
the whole trip.
No, that's fine. You won't be sleeping much. So as your eyes slowly darken, as you slowly fade away, bright light just completely invades your vision again, and your eyes shoot open, and you experience the exact same thing as before.
Oh.
Floating in an empty, dark space as light shoots past you. Yeah. So, Would you move this time at all, by any chance?
Move?
Yeah. Would you look around? Get a closer look at things?
At the white lights.
Yeah. Let's see where you are.
I might try to trail my hands through the white light.
You want to try to do what, sorry?
Trail my hands through the white lights.
So, it feels like you are raising your hand. You don't see anything. Like you don't see your hand. You don't feel any sort of feeling that you would normally. But in your thought, you are raising your hand.
Yeah. Can Fulu see me?
No. Fulu can't see anything. No. After a good few seconds again, you get that pulsing feeling again. And it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And I would like you to do a daunting resilience check for me, please.
Am I doing the right spot? Okay.
Oh, you got
So,
a triumph. Holy crap.
so you're sort of able to adjust yourself a little bit, as this is your second time in this space. You've sort of prepared yourself, even though you weren't ready for this. As that feeling, that pulsing began to come again, you sort of prepared yourself, braced yourself for the overwhelming pain again. And you weren't as affected this time, however, you were thrown out. And Hett and Vyn, no movement this time. The ship just seems to jump. Flashing lights come on again. Warning, interference detected. And then 5 seconds later, you're shot out of hyperspace. Kiera, you wake up. Not as dehydrated as before, and no strain.
Oh. Did I fall out of bed?
No.
Oh.
Because you were laying in bed, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh,
But you are
Fulu, did you see that? What do you mean? You were sleeping. It's called a dream. Oh, no, it was the same as the other one. I wasn't sleeping when I was piloting the ship, was I? Well, your eyes were open, so I don't think so. What is going on with me?
All right. Once we come out of hyperdrive, Hett's instantly going to pull back on the knob. What is going on? And Vin's just going to look around again. And as we come out, as we come out of hyperspace, are we leveling out nicely or thrashing about, or is it quite slow and steady again?
It's not as smooth as it would be, as you normally experience when you use hyperdrive. However, it was nowhere near the same level as it was previously.
I come out of my room. Vyn, as the same thing happened again. Did you see it this time? The white lights, they just kept going and going, and I tried to touch them, but I couldn't feel anything.
Huh. I'm gonna unbuckle myself and stand up and walk over to Kiera. What do you mean? You saw some lights?
Yeah, it was kind of like if the lights or the stars in the space were moving so quickly, and then darkness was seeping between the lines of them, and then it's just so painful, like this strange burning pain. And then I woke up, and Fulu said it must be a dream, but it happened before too, and I was not sleeping then.
I don't really know what to say to that. You sure you weren't just asleep? You weren't dreaming?
But it was the same thing.
I mean, we were only traveling again for a few seconds. How long did it feel?
Forever. I feel like an old woman or something.
Jeez. Just give me a second. I'm gonna brush past her and go over to my room and open the door and see if anything has happened in the room.
Yeah, nothing. Nothing's exactly how it was when you left it.
Alright, I'm gonna go lift up my bed and pull the pillow out from under the leg and pull out the crystal.
Okay, congratulations. You now have a crystal.
Alright, I'm gonna hold it up and look at it more closely. Is something going on with it? Like,
I'm gonna come and peer over his shoulder.
yeah, is it sparkling or anything?
As you look into it, it's still just this smoky black quartz stone with the very faded little yellow specks that dots throughout it. But it looks no different to how it was when you picked it up in Skazmir's den.
Do you think this has something to do with it? My dreams?
Well, you weren't having weird things like that happening to you before we got this thing, right?
I don't think so, but I don't have many people to compare myself to. Maybe I should hold it.
Are you sure?
Well, you held it, why couldn't I hold it?
Well, when we were in the cave, you said it was giving you a strange feeling. Are you sure?
Well, I didn't know if it was that or if it was that strange machine thingy that you found. So, might as well give it a go.
Alright, hold out your hand.
And I take the diamond thingy.
Yeah, I just gently drop it into her open hands.
Oh, it's beautiful. Can I do a Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're holding the crystal now?
Yeah.
Okay, so as the crystal drops into your palm, it sends like a shockwave through your body.
Do I
Very
drop it
brief.
or no?
No. It's a very, very faint little shockwave that just ripples through your body, just once. And you feel this connection, this weird connection to the rock, or to the crystal. Or rather, you feel the crystal connect to you. The tiny specks that decorated the inside of the gem now slowly start to glow brightly.
And my eyes change the same color in response.
Mm.
Wow, this is so cool.
Yeah, as you look closer at the gem, you can see that some of the specks are changing to some of them to a little bit of a red tone, some of them are blinking, but the deeper you look into it, the more it seems to just continue. It's almost that it has no end. More specks seem to just appear out of nowhere, and it just seems to go into eternity like a galaxy trapped within.
Vin, it's like a galaxy trapped within.
What do you mean? And I lean forward and look. Do I see this anything? Or
Yeah. Whilst Kiera's holding it, yeah, you can see everything.
It doesn't end, it goes forever. It's just like my dream.
What is this thing?
Do you think it's like a living photograph of the universe?
I don't know.
It's so cool. I wonder if we can move? I look at it from different angles.
But as you look at it from different angles, it seems to have the exact same perspective every single time. No matter what way you look at it, it's as if you're looking at it straight on.
Is it supposed to be like a map? Is it a map to somewhere?
A map?
It can only show one picture. That's what a map would do.
What, do you think the little lights are star systems?
Yeah. They have colors, just like the systems have different colors. Why does someone want this gem? Right? This gem must be special. It's so beautiful.
Do we know who the client is for the diadem crystal?
Yeah. It was. Oh shit! They get rid of that. I think I
Was
might
a
got rid of that.
lady?
Yeah, it was a lady. It was. I still have it. I might still have it. I'm pretty sure I cleared out my folders. I was running out of space. Damn, I did. It was something CC. I'm just
Maybe
gonna. Catherine Capata. There you go.
Catherine Capetta.
I haven't written that down before. Maybe I didn't know.
The data pad. That was on the.
Oh, I think Hett saw that, but I didn't see
It
that.
says Cecilia Capetta.
Oh, that's the one. There, Cecilia.
Oh, that one. Do we know anything about her?
Don't think so.
Is your character going to say something about it, or?
Yeah, Vin's just thinking. Just running ideas through his head. You don't think this is a map?
I think it might be. But what does it lead to? And how much should we charge for this diadem if it's much cooler than expected?
Well, they were going to give us 7,500 credits for this crystal, but...
Oh, that's quite good.
Well,
but
hang on. What if it leads to something that's worth a heck of a lot more?
well, it must be. Why else would they be willing to pay so high? It's very ugly when I wasn't touching it. They're not making jewelry now.
Question is, though, why is it lighting up for you?
Why not? Maybe it has a skin detection and it knows I'm a Twi'lek or a woman. Cecilia is a woman. Maybe it's for a woman.
All good theories, but if it's a map, then surely there's some kind of...
What if it's a Twi'lek treasure?
Could be. Just hold it out for a second. And I'm going to lean in. I want to look as precisely as possible and see if I notice any of the arrangement of the lights that match any star charts of how the stars are laid out.
Okay. Give me a hard astrogation check, please.
Astrogation. Do I get a boost dice because Kiera's helping?
No, you do not.
Oh, okay. Come on. 1 success, 1 threat.
So it
Oh.
looks familiar, the way that some of the stars line up, but there's also some that don't line up. So you're not 100% sure. However, it does look familiar.
Can I get a rough idea of where it is? Like, would I?
Yeah. So it looks roughly like the core worlds, like the core world center, which is why it looks familiar enough, because that's quite common knowledge as to the area around the core planets. However, there are some other lights there that don't match up exactly with what the core world mapping would be.
I try to touch the lights to see if anything happens.
You want to do what, sorry?
Touch the lights.
Touch the lights. You go to press one of the lights, and your finger just presses up against the crystal.
Is one of the lights kind of shining brighter than all the others, or it's kind of standing out as a color compared to the others?
No, not that you can tell.
So do you think this has been giving me the nightmares?
Possibly.
Will I ever be able to sleep again?
I don't know.
But-
Look, maybe you should hold on to it for now.
But why doesn't it? Why can't we go into hyperspace? How are we going to travel? How long does it take if we just move normally?
A long time. Kiera.
Yeah, it'll be a very, very
long time.
Well, what are we going to do then?
I guess I'll call O1. I don't really know what else to do. I mean, he gave us the job. He might know something about this Cecilia Capata. I don't know.
Was there anything with it, like a bag or a cover that could stop it interfering with the thing?
Well, I tried putting it in the laser sword thing, but it didn't fit.
I wonder if he could go inside RU5 and see if he could stop the ship's effect.
Well, that droid actually cost a bit, so I don't really want to try that, but
He costs a lot, but he's completely broken?
yeah, well, you know, on Tatooine you don't often get the best choice in droids.
Oh. Then what are we going to do?
Let me call O1. I'll see if he knows anything. Can't hurt, right?
But if you share too much...
No, he only needs to know that it's interfering with the hyperdrive. He doesn't need to know about that it's a map or anything, right?
Yeah. Is there any way to, like... could I take it and show it to Fulu? And see if he can scan the image or something? Or IU5?
Who do you want to do?
IU5 is out of business, isn't he?
You just said he's so expensive. Yeah, I want to take it to Fulu then and see if he can scan the image and like save the image or something.
Okay. So, as a scan is completed, the feedback is just that of almost just taking a photo.
Hey guys, so unfortunately the rest of the episode's audio corrupted or didn't record, so I went ahead and drew up a few comic style panels of what happened during the rest of the session. So, the crew departed Salonia for the space station known as the Wheel. As Hett was still recovering from his injuries, Kiera took the wheel of the ship, piloting it out of space towards the wheel. But suddenly, there were flashing red lights. Hett and Vyn were tossed about seemingly by the diadem crystal, possessing some unknown power. Kiera, staying perfectly still at the helm, was oblivious to what was happening, as she entered a dreamlike state where her movements were controlling the ship. Later, Vyn handed the diadem crystal to Kiera, and where it was a smoky black appearance in Vyn's hands, the crystal became an endless sea of colourful stars in Kiera's grasp. The ship re-entered hyperspace, with Hett at the wheel. However, Kiera, holding the crystal, entered the dream state once more, piloting the ship with the crystal in hand. For 2 days she sat in perfect stillness, while Fulu sang to her, and the crew arrived with no troubles ahead of time. Fulu, exhausted after 2 days of singing to Kiera to encourage her and calm her, was left in the ship to recharge. The crew landed in the hangar bay, and were told by O1 to meet with a Twi'lek named Riom, who had information regarding the lost treasure ship of Sa-Nalaor. When they met with Riom, he gave them 10,000 credits and a data shard with information on the planet they might find the lost ship on, and the planet's name was Cholgana. They also met Orsaw, who would be joining the group, a Swindler, a mutual friend of O1's, who would be joining for this mission. The group went off to the local bar, the Blasted Asteroid, where the crew met an information broker of sorts named Warren. Vyn cautiously paid the broker for any information about dealing with broken artifacts of pre-Empire, such as lightsabers. And Kiera learned that the Hutts, specifically Timo the Hutt, was personally overseeing the Twi'lek slave trade between Tatooine and Nalhutta, where her sister might be. Kiera also learned from Riom, after a second conversation, that he was intending on using recovered tech from the wreckage of Sa-Nalaor, a CIS ship, to fund a rebellion against the Hutts to end the Twi'lek slave trade. After their conversation, Hett returned back to the ship to find the Umbral Trespass had been decked out with a new paint job, and noticed a small droid trying to place a homing beacon on their ship. Though he scared the droid away, Hett was unable to catch up with it. Back with the rest of the group, Vyn and Orsaw were initially reluctant to take on the job after learning the ship's treasure might be more cybernetic or technological in nature, rather than just straight up credits. But eventually, the crew left to spend their credits on weapons, armor, and gear for the mission ahead, accepting it.